July 18th in my yard. Looks like we might be blessed with a little bit of rain today, which we could sorely use. We're already several inches below the norm for the Syracuse area here. I just wanted to show you my daylilies. Actually, I wanted to show you what's in bloom, full bloom right now in my backyard before the rains do come, knock everything down. I'm just amazed at the amount of blossoms on these spectacular daylilies. Again, with daylilies, they call them daylilies because the blossoms actually only last one day. These are double oranges. I wanted to show you also the Russian blue thistle that has opened up, very similar to what we saw in Israel. Last week, this monarda, this pale pink monarda, was just opening. We have been blessed with an enormous stand of the raspberry wine monarda back here. The Jacob Klein is really on its last legs. Look at this. This is called Crocosmia. It's probably the most favorite plant of the hummingbirds in this area. Just every one of those blossoms is like a deep throat full of nectar. They just absolutely love it. This is called Queen of the Prairie or Meadowsweet. I do have the red monarda down here called Jacob Klein, another stand that has reseeded itself from last year. Coming back through, you can see that my gladiolas are starting to open. There's a white one that's going to have a pale pink streaks through it, but I just love this cadmium orange. Isn't that brilliant? Shasta daisies, the coneflower echinacea is all starting to open. This kind of monarda here is called purple stockings, and I got this from my Aunt Marty last year, maybe 2 years ago. This right here is another stand of the Jacob Klein, the beautiful red. I just love the color. And bee balm, again, is a huge butterfly and hummingbird draw, as are my most favorite plant in the world, Buddleia, or butterfly bush. This is one that's called red Miss Molly. That's right. Good golly, Miss Molly. This one here is called Blue Chip Junior. It's a beautiful blue. This was my peach cobbler, but that's pretty much past blooming right now. I was surprised to find some actual Christian Dior red roses in bloom. This plant amazes me because this is kaleidoscope butterfly bush. You can see the pretty, there's multi-colors on each panicle, and yet I have deep purple like the Black Knight coming out of the same plant. So that was a thrill. This is a beautiful lavender that I got last year at Lowe's. This is basically how butterfly bush will grow after about the second year. You cut it back down towards the ground, maybe about 6 or 8 inches at the end of the season, and it comes back with new growth and new blossoms every year. This is one I pulled out from over by my fence. I don't know if it's going to be white or blue, but it's one of those original ones. Let's see, what else have we got in bloom over here? I'm going to have another one of those blue roses. I got the Christian Dior, and that's my surprise rose that I got from Lowe's, marked down for, look at that, I even still have lupines blooming over here. Again, another pretty kaleidoscope butterfly bush. You can't have too much butterfly bush in my estimation. Because the monarchs are on such decline, I have this huge stand of Asclepia, which is a modified milkweed, swamp milkweed in the wild, but the cultivars are called sweet vanilla or Cinderella Asclepia. The coneflower, the echinacea, is in full bloom. Again, absolutely love it. Again, more lupines coming up with a second bloom. The Scabiosa you might have seen, and another little butterfly pink bush there. The Scabiosa, you might have seen pictures that I posted last week of a great spangled fritillary. Again, I plant everything in my perennial bed to draw the butterflies, the hummingbirds, the dragonflies, all my favorite critters to me so that I can photograph them here. A quick shot of the straw bale garden. You might have seen my picture today of all my harvested goods. I mean, we actually have to start cooking everything up and eating it because it's coming in very, very fast. This is a beautiful eggplant right here. There it is. This is called Little Fingers, but I'm letting them grow I'm letting them grow up to be about the size, almost the size of an Ichiban. So I picked my first 2 tomatoes, and you can see the yellowing on my early girls. There's a little bit of an orange blush on full-size one down there. My grape tomatoes, I picked some more of those this morning. The dark opal basil is coming up beautifully, as is this is actually starting to set up the blossoms. So I need to start harvesting some of these beautiful herbs. I think there's a great big pan of tabbouleh in my near future. This is actually a white, where is it? There it is. This is actually a white eggplant. These 4 plants right here are white eggplants, so I'm interested in seeing what I get from those. My very first cucumber grown in the straw bales. Where are you? You are. Trying not to block the. I know you're in there. I don't know if you can. Where's my fingers? If you can see my fingers, you can see my cucumber. For whatever reason, it's kind of hiding from this camera lens today. I picked and ate a couple of pounds of these beautiful Capitano yellow-green beans, as well as wax beans. I had to cut off my romaine because it was starting to bolt. The summer heat, we've been having an exorbitant amount of hot days in the 90s, and that spells bolt to lettuce. Looks like my kale is coming back after the initial flea beetle damage, so I think my little tanglefoot dipped yellow spoons are working quite well. In fact, I'm not even seeing all that much. Oh, I say that as I have probably 6 or 10 flea beetles on that one eggplant alone. So I don't know. It is what it is. What are you going to do? I picked more sugar snap peas. Picked 3 beautiful squash this morning. Oh, let me show you the specialized squash that I left to grow a little bit longer. I'm going to step aside my asparagus bed here. See this beautiful green stripe here? This is called Italian Hybrid, and I'm just letting him grow. This one down here, am I actually getting it? Boy, I'm just having trouble getting focused on anything in here today. There you are. Okay, I got to turn it this way. This is my Magda hybrid. Very, very eager to taste some of these specialized ones. And the yellow squash that I got from of all places, the dollar store, is just bearing unbelievably so. We've already eaten probably 8 of them. I picked up a couple of white Gretel eggplants from Runnings last week because everything's 75% off now. Getting a little bit of yellow cast on my Mamma Mia Gallo peppers. Peppers are doing really nicely. Hopefully you can see the fruit on them here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I picked a bunch of wax beans over there, a bunch of snow peas, sugar snow peas. I'm very pleased to see that the lettuce that was eaten down by whoever is starting to come back, albeit it's very small, but that's okay because it can growing through the colder season. These are a couple of Black Beauty eggplants that I also got. 40 cents a plant, you know, who's going to pass that up? This is the squash that I found on the side of the road where the village just put in brand new sidewalks. I have no idea what kind it is, but I certainly know that it's a squash. So I figure, what the heck? Let's bring it on home. My beets are doing well. My Swiss chard is gorgeous, isn't it? And you know, this thing just never ceases to amaze me with the production. So you can see that I'm going to have to hill up more straw on my potatoes because, well, let's see, this will be about 4 feet high right now. And even the Yukon Golds over here needs more hilling. This is my pile of straw that I use for mulching. Cabbages, I fertilized and added more soil last week, and I think they've tripled in size. And as a matter of fact, my little green ones are starting to head up. but they are an early green, so they really should already be started to head. And oh, and stupid me, I thought I was pulling out grass weeds that had started to shoot up from the straw, aka hay that I bought, thinking it was straw from Runnings. I thought this was maybe wheatgrass. But then I looked down and I see my very first little baby bachelor button and realized I was actually pulling up my bachelor buttons. So, stupid me. You live and learn. But it's none the worse for wear. Hopefully, these gladiolas that have survived the rampaging chipmunks, mice, and squirrels will actually start to put up blossoms because they're gorgeous. I also have this is a 3-in-1. Red, white, and blue, basically, butterfly bush over here. And that's just starting to blossom. That's got a beautiful blue and darker purple front. Where are you? Right here. Supposed to have, I bet you that's going to be white right on this one here. Because, yeah, that's definitely going to be white. And I see a little blush to that, so that's probably my red. So that's my patriotic butterfly bush. Okay, I'm probably running out of memory, folks, so this would be the beginning of week 9. There goes Chippy off to ravage the sunflower seeds. Better the sunflower seeds than my gladiolas. So I'll catch you on the flip-flop.